Hi, everyone. I'm Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy, your host for the Night Sky this week. Here we are, January 8th, 2024. Hope you're having a good start to your week. But hey, big news today is the big launch of the Astrobotics mission to the moon by NASA. It's a private company. Peregrine lander is scheduled to go to the moon, land there on February 23rd, I think. Right now, as we're recording this on Monday the 8th, there are some anomalies that are being reported with the lander not being able to point its solar panels. So hopefully Astrobotics, the private company out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the mission control there can actually fix the problem, crossing fingers. So hopefully within the next few hours, we'll get some good news. There are a lot of other missions going to the moon. It's going to be very busy with many private companies and also NASA and other countries vying to go to the moon. Japan, China's going there, landing, rovers, sample returns. It's really busy. Of course, it's all kind of a prelude to sending humans to live and work on the surface of the moon. So exciting times, a great way to start the year with astronomy, of course, as well. What's up in the night skies? Why don't we turn right away to what the skies look like? And first, I guess here in Montreal, I don't know. I've had such bad luck with weather. Look, this is what my skies look like out my window. This is just a view right out my window. There's this clouds. There's some blue patches here and there, but oh my gosh, really not that great. Still just too many clouds. I'm waiting for them to part. And when they do, I get like crazy cold temperatures. It's like -15 to -17 Celsius when it is clear at night. It's just you can't spend too much time and you can't put your telescopes out. It's just I'm waiting for that kind of milder weather, but with clear skies. So hopefully, I'd love to hear wherever you're watching from, what kind of skies you're getting. Put it in the comments. Stargazing friends, I'd love to hear that. And of course, if you find value in this video, please do give me a thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe to my channel or page wherever you're watching from. Just do all that good stuff. It means a lot, allows me to bring these videos to your home every week. So here we go with our planetarium software, my friends at Sky Safari. This is Sky Safari Pro planetarium program. Awesome. I love using it. And this is what the skies look like on Monday, January 8th. Look at that. So what you'll notice as soon as the skies darken towards the southwest where the sun is, you'll see probably two star-like objects that probably will catch your eye. The brighter of the two, kind of to the right of the sun, is Vega. Now, Vega is one of the brightest stars in the northern summer skies. And here we are, we're talking January, in the middle of winter, and we're still talking about pointing out a star that was really big news in the summer stargazing season, a major milestone. Isn't it amazing that it shows you that the changing of the skies, the changing of the guards when it comes to all these milestone constellations, it does take time. And even though you may miss out on something, maybe you don't get the chance to see certain things because it's cloudy or you have a busy schedule, there's still time. And let's not forget, all of this rotates back next year, the following year. So they're like old friends that come by, and some of them just hang around a long time. And there's Vega, a bright star in the summer, part of the summer triangle. Another one here you can see part of the summer triangle is Deneb, and then another one which is kind of buried in the glow of the sunset, might be a challenge, is Altair. You know, if you've been with me for a long time, you know, in the summertime, we talk a lot about all these amazing things that are surrounding this area of the summer triangle. So you have Altair, you have Deneb and Vega making that summer triangle. And here we are, January, first week, still being able to see this. It's bowing out very quickly now and will be lost in the glare of the sunset. So there you go. That is something that you want to check out. And on the other side, another one joining on the other side of the sunset is Saturn. Saturn, of course, is not a star. It's a planet, and it's one of, I would say, I like to call it the wow planet because it looks fantastic through a small telescope. Here, I can just show you what it would look like in a small telescope. You can see the rings, those iconic rings that make it so famous and such a favorite object to zoom in on. There you can see this is sort of what you would get with a high power magnification eyepiece, seeing Saturn there glowing in the sunset time period. So check that out. Amazing to think it's over 1 billion kilometers away from us, and you can just see it there very clearly. There's another star called Fomalhaut, very more visible for those of you in the southern hemisphere or near the equator in southern tropical locations. Fomalhaut is near Saturn in the constellations. Fomalhaut is part of Pisces Austrinus, so the southern fish. And then if we look towards the southeast, as skies begin to darken, why don't we just put it like a couple of hours after sunset, Jupiter by far will be the most dominant, I guess, dot in the sky, star-like object. You can't miss Jupiter in the southeastern skies. Very visible to the naked eye, great binocular object, fantastic with telescopes. Don't miss out on that. Love seeing Carolyn says, love seeing Sirius a couple nights ago. I'll show you Sirius in a minute. Bruce says, hi, we're having some cloudy skies this week, but there will be some very cold and clear nights later this week at Charlie Lake, British Columbia. Very nice. And there's Ziad from Lebanon. Cloudy there too, eh? Yeah, well, got to be patient. That's how it goes with a lot of these things. So we'll see how it goes. Continue putting in your comments. I'd love to hear where you're watching from, joining me from today. So here we are. Of course, now is the best time to see some stars, constellations, deep sky objects. Why this week? Because the moon is really out of the evening skies. This means that you get to see some really cool things like, look at that. You get to see Orion, the hunter, the mythical hunter. Bright stars like Rigel and Betelgeuse are pinning down the shoulder and foot of this mythical hunter. Great time. The moon is not there. So you get to see really in a dark, ideal skies. Of course, no clouds. And if it's, don't have too much haze, it's really nice. Even if you're in the city, this is something you should take a look at. There also, let's not forget another planet. Before I move on, Uranus is near Jupiter. So Jupiter is a great kind of guidepost in finding this more difficult planet. I mean, it is theoretically visible to the naked eye at 5.8 magnitude, but let's be honest, folks. Uranus, most people will not be able to see it unless you take out your binoculars and you use your binoculars. And right now, if you do use binoculars, this is kind of the field of view that you would have in a typical binocular, and then you'd sweep over to the left of Jupiter until you see a green dot. That green dot, that is Uranus. It's incredible to think, how far away Uranus is. This planet, this ice giant planet, is 2.8 billion kilometers away, and it takes light 158 minutes to reach your eye. Just incredible how the distances that we're talking about. It's mind-boggling, but it's really, really amazing to see. And of course, let's not forget one of my favorite constellations, Taurus the Bull, also magnificent this week. This is the time to bring out those binoculars and telescopes. Look for, of course, the Hyades cluster. There's 2 clusters you have to check out. Aldebaran, the red eye of the Taurus the Bull, is the great guidepost for finding this. And it's kind of on the side of a giant V formation of stars. This is called the Hyades cluster, this scattering of stars in a V-shape formation. And but Aldebaran happens to be in the line of sight of this star cluster, which is about 175 light years away. Aldebaran is much closer. Let me see. Aldebaran, I don't want to stray too far, 66 light years away. That's right. So Aldebaran, 66, Hyades, 175. So Aldebaran is in the foreground to us as it appears. So very cool to be able to see it. Again, naked eye. Even if you're in the suburbs, no binoculars or telescopes needed. And even the Pleiades up there, great time for that. No moon in the sky. This week is the week to really tour this part of the sky without the interference of that moon. Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, it's about 444 light years away. Just an awesome place. I mean, have you seen it? I'd love to hear if you guys have seen this. The Pleiades, if you haven't, you got to. And, even if you have, let's be honest, it's one of those things you never get tired of. It's just a beauty, no matter what kind of optical equipment you're looking at. I've got Carol from Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome. Clear skies to you. I hope you do have clear sky. Deanna, hello from Serbia. Saw the quadratid meteor shower. Today we saw snow. No kidding. Yeah, snow for us in Northern Hemisphere, many locations, just like me here in Montreal. But yeah, we do stargazing whenever we can, right, folks? That's a big thing. We've got Ansi Marie joining again from Cape Town, South Africa. I've been having the best backyard stargazing nights the past week. Thank you for the awesome tips and content. And don't forget, I know you're in the Southern Hemisphere, right? You guys are watching from South Africa. These objects that I'm talking about are visible, like the Taurus constellation is visible, but it'll be oriented probably the other way around than what I'm showing you here. So think of it kind of upside down to the version I'm showing you here. So all these stars and configuration planets are huddled together in the sky, just like I'm showing you here, but the orientation of how they appear to you will be different, right? Because of that. So it'll be reversed. It will almost be like the mirror image vertically for you. So just keep that in mind. But it's amazing. I'm so happy that you can see stuff. Iman from Lebanon, welcome to you as well. So, and Randomace from Havana, Cuba, welcome. I'm so happy you can join us. I hope you get to see a few of these beautiful things in the sky. So let's continue our little trip around the sky. There's Betelgeuse. Now, if we move into the early morning, I'm going to go, there's Sirius, by the way. You see, Sirius is really good later at night. This is around 9:30 I have here. This is mid-northern latitudes, right? For places like Chicago, New York, Washington, London, Tokyo, places like that. But you'll get to see these too. Even those of you, my friends in the Southern Hemisphere, in South Africa, for instance, or Australia, New Zealand, you'll get to see this. They're Sirius as well, rising and later in the evening. Just an amazing sight. But let's continue moving the hours ahead. So into Tuesday morning, the 9th of January, I want you to see this beautiful sight. A little bit of a challenge, but check this out. Venus, the moon, Mercury, and Mars all huddled together just before the sun rises. So this is a little bit of a challenge for you guys because you'll be battling that glow from the sunrise. You want to find a spot that has a clear view to where the sun will rise, so no buildings or trees in the way. And timing will be very tricky. So like an hour before sunrise, you'll get the moon very close to the horizon. And look how thin. It'll be like whisker thin. Actually, the moon will be a challenge to see, but around it, above it, easy peasy. And the first thing you'll notice, even as the skies are still darkening or light getting brighter, I should say, in the morning, you will see Venus. That's the first thing you'll notice, this super bright star. And to the right will be Antares. Antares is the eye of Scorpion. This is the zodiacal Scorpius constellation. Normally, this is something we talk about in the summertime in the Northern Hemisphere or winter time for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere. But now you can still see it in the early morning skies. There's Antares. It'll be next to Venus. And then also visible will be Mercury. Look at that. Mercury will be close to the moon. Now, what's interesting is that by this Friday, if I move this till Friday. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This officially is when Mercury will be at its best. So this week, Mercury is at its farthest point away from the sun in our early morning skies. So if you want to catch Mercury embedded in that glow of the sunrise, coming sunrise, it's a faint little dot. You'll be able to catch little Mercury. And it's something that you should be able to see with the naked eye if you have good, clear enough skies, a good view. But use those binoculars. They'll really help you track down that little point of light embedded in that glow of sunrise at dawn, right? So I would say about a half hour, 45 minutes before your local sunrise is when to try for Mercury. And so officially it's Friday at its best, but anytime this week, really, Mercury will be just fine of a target. The best in this year for early morning viewing of Mercury. So check that out. Now, also what's very interesting, if I go back a few days, is look at the, let me see if I have that. There's the moon, but let me see if I can go an hour before, let me see, like there, just before sunset, sunrise, I should say. And I'm going to go Wednesday. The moon will be near Mars. This is going to be a real challenge. I would say probably not likely, but I'm showing it to you anyway, that you could see where the moon is going to be. Wednesday morning. This is Tuesday morning. Tuesday is better. And you can see this was this morning or already. So we're not talking, we talked about this sighting last week, but this is what you'll see Tuesday, the 9th, and Wednesday, the 10th. Thursday officially is new moon, so no moon in the skies in the evening. Great. That's why I'm saying this week is fantastic for your evening stargazing of seeing deep sky objects. And then what happens is if we switch to Saturday, finally, Saturday after sunset, let me just go to the evening, Saturday after sunset. Look at this. There's the moon, and you'll see the moon. Let me just go at sunset. Right there, this is what the moon will look like looking towards the southwest on Saturday. This is the 13th of January, and you'll see the moon near Saturn. Look at that. That's Saturday, and on Sunday, the 14th, the moon will jump to the other side of Saturn. So if you've kind of not been sure which star-like object in the southwest after sunset is Saturn, the moon will guide you to that this Saturday, and as you can see here, Sunday. So it's going to be really cute, cool. Love this week because the moon is not in the sky in the evening. It's in the early morning. So those of you that do like to get up early, you get to see something then too. It's just a lot of fun. I just love the idea that you can do stargazing at any time of the evening or early morning, and you'll see something different. And sometimes you'll see some old friends as well. So it's a great variety. I hope you enjoyed today's programming. If you found any value to it, do some of the good stuff for me, please. If you could, it means so much. If you could subscribe to my channel or give it a thumbs up and all likes and all of that stuff, good stuff. It really means a lot, allows me to bring my shows to you. And of course, if you're interested in learning more about astronomy, I invite you to check out my book, Backyard Guide to the Night Sky by National Geographic. That's ranked as one of the top stargazing guides on Amazon, available at all good bookstores. And I'm also selling on my website, thenightskyguide.com. You can get personally signed, dedicated copies of this book as well, shipping internationally. Or maybe you want something huge, not necessarily something you travel with, is this gigantic coffee table hardcover book, again, by National Geographic, and it's called Stargazer's Atlas, and I've put in tons of deep sky tours through constellations of galaxies, nebula, all kinds of great stuff that you can use binoculars and telescopes for all seasons, and even those of you who are in my friends in the Southern Hemisphere, you'll get to have those as well in that book. Signed, dedicated copies. I'm signing, internationally shipping on my website. So check that out, thenightskyguide.com. That's it for this week, folks. My gosh, what is it? Did I miss anything? I'm just trying to think if I missed anything. I don't think so. I hope you have a great week and you get to do some sky watching. And stay tuned for some posts on my timelines on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And I'll be updating you on all this good stuff. Until next video, clear skies, everyone. Bye-bye.